matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
All right, I put this on one check. Is that okay? Draw?
That was fast and secure. It's Mobile Wallet from Lookout Credit Union.
Your home team, when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Welcome into this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union. And today's game is also brought to you in part by Valley Office Systems, your local hometown office solutions team, delivering the level of service that you expect because we are a service company above all else. Today's game is also brought to you by our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valley-Wide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. This is the opening kickoff of the Pocatello Thunder and the Morgan Trojans, and the Trojans return the opening kickoff out to the 29-yard line where it will be 1st and 10. Hi, everybody. Inside the broadcast booth, Brandon Bainey alongside Josh McGauley. We've got Dallin Fryer on camera for this one. This is an exciting matchup. Pocatello, a Final Four team in the 4A ranks last year. They lost to Skyline in the semifinals. Morgan, meanwhile, won a title in 2019 for Utah, narrowly missed out on 3A titles in 20 and 21. So they're a perennial power as well. 1st and 10 for the Morgan Trojans offense. They will start with a handoff to the sophomore Jet Salmon. Salmon has really, emerged as a playmaker for Morgan in the early going here. That's a 2-yard gain to make it 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm really excited for this matchup. And I was really excited for Pocatello last year. They were a surprise for a lot of people in what they did.
No huddle offense. Nick Despain, the quarterback on the run, delivers across the 30 to the 32-yard line. The reception is made by Connor Brown, the senior wide receiver. It is a gain of 6 from Despain to Brown. Brings up 3rd down and 2 now for Morgan. And they're one of these annoying teams for a broadcaster that runs a no-tempo or up-tempo, no-huddle offense. 3rd and 2 for Morgan out of the pistol. Despain calling the signals. Got the Pocatello middle linebacker to commit. That was Andrew Millward. And now they'll reset the offense here. Brown, the man in motion. They will give instead on a counter to Salmon. Has a 1st down and more. Lowers the shoulder to the 45-yard line. A gain of 12 and a 1st down for the Trojans.
Yeah, huge shout out to the offensive linemen of Morgan, oh my goodness, they're the ones that created that hole. They had every single block lined up for them, and it was perfect. Great job for that offensive lineman.
1st and 10 for Morgan now at their own 45-yard line. Morgan in the white jerseys, Pocatello in those reds. Gate City Game Night, the first Gate City Game Night broadcast here on IdahoSports.com, presented by Lookout Credit Union. Despain over the middle. Wide open, but dropped at the Pocatello 45-yard line. Intended receiver that time was Gavin Turner, the senior. And I'll tell you, Gavin Turner's been a guy. 12 receptions, 224 yards, 4 touchdowns coming into this game today. He rarely drops a wide-open pass like that.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see that happen again. Gavin is a guy, and he is a really good guy for them.
A really good guy. It sounds like a political ad. 2nd and 10. Wide open again. Morgan completes to the Pocatello 45. Out to the 42 for a gain of 13. That's Connor Brown with his second. Actually, check that. Turner atoning for the drop.
Yep, what did I say? He's not going to drop another one. Maybe if there's triple coverage or double coverage. But
actually, double check that one more time. Lincoln Gilson, number 5, makes the reception. I'm learning these Morgan guys along with our audience, and they're not giving me much time in between plays. 1st and 10, Salmon on the carry again, and a gain of just a yard. Tackle made by Pocatello's Devin Johnson, the junior, number 19.
Yeah, great job by Devin Rodriguez to get in there and shoot up the play to slow him down.
And, I see this Pocatello defense, and they lost so many impact playmakers from a year ago, particularly in the front 7. That's going to be a big question for them this year, is how do they replace all of that production? 2nd and 9 for Morgan. We're down to 9:20 to play in our opening quarter, game number 2 of the Rocky Mountain Rumble. Despain with a man in motion. That's Turner. And a penalty flag before the play can start. False start. So Pocatello on defense lost most of their defensive line. They lost linebacker Hunter Killian, the heart and soul of not just the defense, but the entire program. Pocatello went from down in the dumps to a Final Four team because of Killian leading the way in the weight room. And now he's at Idaho State University, of course. So the question is, who's that next wave of leaders that are going to step up for this Pocatello football team?
Yeah, Hunter was really impressive to watch last year, and good for him to get to the next level. I'm sure he's going to do good things for Idaho State.
2nd and 14, Despain rolling out on the run, fires short. Intended target on the play was Gilson. Coverage provided by Crew Hales. That's one of the guys that is returning for Pocatello. Hales, phenomenal year ago, led the entire state in interceptions. He had 8 a season ago.
Yeah, Crew with one of the great names. It's not spelled the normal Crew. It's with a K. R-U-E.
Yeah, K. Well, as a former spelling bee champion.
Oh, 5th grade?
6th.
6th. Oh, not bad, not bad.
That was a pretty good guess, though.
Hey, thank you.
Unless I told you that story before.
No, I don't think so.
3rd and 14, Despain feeling the heat. Steps up on the run, throws deep. Turner trying to make the sliding grab at the 7. Cannot haul it in, and it's 4th down for Morgan.
Yeah, and I'm really impressed by this quarterback for Morgan. Despain has been really impressed with me because he's keeping his eyes down the field the whole time. Yeah, he's not trying to just tuck and run the whole every single play, but really good job from him to keep his eye down the field.
Yeah, Despain's got good pocket awareness for sure, and good mobility. Pocatello's pass rush has been pretty good here on this opening drive, but Pocatello forces the punt attempt. The electrifying Riken Echo Hawk stands at his own 10-yard line, ready to return. Hard to believe he's only a junior because he's played since day 1 of his freshman year. It feels like one of those guys that's been here for 7 years. Echo Hawk didn't signal for the fair catch, did go down to a knee at the 15-yard line, though, and that is where it'll be 1st and 10 for this Pocatello offense. And this is a Pocatello offense that's looking for a new identity of sorts. Of course, Echo Hawk is back at running back, but they lost all-conference quarterback Ryan Payne. They lost a couple of big targets at wide receiver, Matt Christensen most notably. So now it's Dre Contreras' turn to step into the spotlight. He started a couple of games last year when Ryan Payne was out with injury, but now the job is his fully. Snap is taken and handed off left side. This is Echo Hawk trying to stretch to the edge. Will get a gain of 2 out to the 22-yard line for Reich and Echo Hawk. And it actually looked like for Pocatello, and we got some funny stuff going on with the jersey numbers. We're going to have to check in on that. I believe that's Dre Contreras that's in there at quarterback.
Looks like 23.
Yeah, I mean, and he's listed as number 2 on the roster, but I don't know. But we'll double check it. Gain of 2 for Reich and Echo Hawk. And now a penalty flag as we'll see what the call is here. Generally, this is in the neighborhood of a false start.
I believe it is going to be Dre Contreras because there is no 23 on the roster. We're going to go find out exactly who is the starting quarterback. Like I said, we do believe it is Dre Contreras. So this Pocatello team comes out. Throw your wide out to the top of your screen. One behind Dre, who we're assuming is the quarterback. Hands off to Dre, he fumbles it. Hops right on top of it, though. Ball's recovered right around the 8-yard line.
Okay, Josh, I did a little investigative journalism. Number 23 for Pocatello, Hunter May.
Hunter May.
So the Hunter May era has begun. What happened on this last play here?
Yeah, so it was a draw play to Echo Hawk, and Echo Hawk mishandled the ball, and that resulted in about a 3-yard loss.
Okay.
To make it 3rd and 17.
3rd and 17 for the Thunder going backward. 7:10 to play in the quarter. May hit as he throws and incomplete. It'll be 4th down. So the pressure was on that time. May felt the heat and was hit as he threw it. And so 4th down, and Pocatello will have to punt.
Yeah, wow. Morgan was right in the face of Hunter when he threw that ball. They got to him pretty fast.
So each side's trade punts here on their opening possessions. Pocatello didn't have the requisite 11 players, and Hunter May, the quarterback, has to go back in there. Boy, they had 9 guys out there. Pocatello now has to send another guy out wide. Boy, Pokey only had 9 guys out there for the first punt of the season. Punting here for the Thunder will be Dayton Rice, and that almost got blocked. It will be fielded and muffed for a moment at the 50-yard line. This is Peyton Brooks on the return for Morgan, and Brooks will take it across the 40 to the Pocatello 37. You had a visceral reaction on that punt, Josh.
I don't think – I know you were looking down at your roster for a second. That 1 second that you looked down, I want to say he was probably a couple inches away from blocking that punt. It was so close and to going out the back of the the end zone. Oh, my goodness. I'm all for those kind of plays. We had a lot of great special team plays in our last game.
Great is one way to describe it.
Not for the other teams, but for us.
I would say unusual special teams plays, certainly. 1st and 10 for Morgan from the Pocatello 37. Despain going to sling it and throws it too high for Gilson, incomplete.
Yeah, Lincoln Gilson slipped on the carpet out there.
Yeah, Gilson, comes in with 8 catches for 83 yards and a touchdown on the season. I mean, that's pretty impressive. And Despain has thrown 464 yards and 5 touchdowns. So this is a guy that can sling the rock, knows how to distribute it to a bevy of receivers. This Pocatello secondary is going to be tested today by this experienced Morgan team. A year ago, Morgan went 9-4. They got all the way to the 3A championship before they lost to Grantsville 14-10. Pass complete to the running back, Jet Salmon, and then Salmon is lit up by Devin Rodriguez.
Wow, that's a hit right there to get your defense hyped up, and he's getting excited for that hit. And remember, this is the first game of the season for them, so that's a big hit to just remind them that, hey, this is football season. It's time to get back out there.
Yeah, and, Jet Salmon is just a sophomore for this Morgan team, getting his first taste of varsity action this season. And, Rodriguez says hello and good night. 3rd down and 7 now for the Trojans of Morgan. Despain will hand off on a draw play. That was, for the first time today, Lish on the carry. Gunnar Lish. And Lish gets a gain of 2. Julian Caldwell on the tackle for Pocatello. It'll be 4th down and 6 now for the Trojans. And it looks like they're going to stay out there and go for it.
Yeah, with a guy like Despain as your quarterback, why not? 4th and 5, he can easily sling it. He can easily run it with his legs.
5:40 to play, first quarter of action. 4th and 6, Despain rolling out on the run. Fires, caught at the Pocatello 24-yard line for a gain of 8 and a 1st down. And on the reception, Gavin Turner.
What a beautiful run. So, running out to his left, that's a throw for him coming to his left, but he's, squared his shoulders up and hit a strike right there on the edge.
Despain has thrown 4 different passes to 4 different receivers. 1st and 10, handoff up the middle. This is Salmon still going across the 20, down to the 17. Boy, Jet Salmon never gave up on the play and gets 6 yards out of it.
Yeah, Jet's that's a unique name, Jett. I've never met anybody named Jet.
Well, you can go talk to him after the game.
I will.
And
go shake his hand.
Check that off the bucket list.
That was on the bucket list. You are correct.
I personally have not met anybody named Jet either. 2nd and 4, draw play to Jet Salmon. And Salmon will lose a yard. Back to the 18-yard line where it's now 3rd and 5. This is a Pocatello defense that plays fast, plays downhill, just like they did a year ago. We're down to 4:20 to play and a scoreless opening first quarter here on Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union. This season, we're going to bring you every game in the Gate City, Pocatello, Century, Highland, and, of course, the Pocatello Thunder. And we'll even give you a couple of road games like this one here for the Thunder up in Rexburg. Really excited about our partnership with the School District 25 in Pocatello. Despain nearly picked by Crew Hales. And if he gets that, he's going the other way for a touchdown. Last year, Crew Hales in the opening round against Bonneville in the playoffs had a 99-yard pick 6.
I remember that. Yeah, I believe I was there for that one. I remember that. What an impressive. And that's once you hear the expression of, that's why they play defense, because they have no hands. But Crew, he had 8 interceptions last year. That's not the excuse for him. I don't think he was expecting that throw yet.
On this Pocatello team, you can see the roster isn't super big. A lot of these guys go both ways for Pocatello. The depth has been something that head coach Dave Spillett has been trying to work on and improve upon. For Pocatello the last several years, they've been really good, with the starting unit. But, if anybody gets hurt, usually there's a little bit of a drop-off. So this is going to be a field goal try of 35 yards for Morgan's Bo Johnson. Johnson, left-footed kicker, doinks off the left upright, no good. So Johnson doinks it from 35 yards against the wind. We remain scoreless with 3:45 to play here in our opening quarter of action.
Lava Hot Springs, Idaho is your destination for a fun or relaxing day, whichever you choose. Just 11 miles off of I-15. Their world-famous hot springs are open daily from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. The all-natural geothermal hot springs are always a warm 102 to 112 degrees. Come and soak your worries away. Their outdoor Olympic swimming complexes with water slides, diving boards, platforms, and indoor aquatic center with kiddie coves open until September 5th, Labor Day weekend. Come splash and play before they close for the summer season. The indoor pool is open year-round. Check out lavahotSprings.com for more information.
Hunter May completes the pass. It was caught and then fumbled, so it actually loses 2 yards on that play. And so Pocatello now facing a 2nd down and 12 following that. And then that wide receiver might need to go soak in the geothermal hot pools at Lava after that last hit. Draw play to Reichen, Echo Hawk up the middle, and Echo Hawk is able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, the 20-yard line, so a gain of 2, where it'll now be 3rd and 10 for the Thunder. They have been right back in the shadow of their own end zone here on the first 2 drives of the game.
Yeah, they're looking for something completely different than they had last year. Last year they were 10-3, an amazing offense, and this year they're trying to find what they're going to be doing this year. And so with Hunter May at helm, they're looking for Echo Hawk to take over as that major workhorse like he's been for the first 2 years of his high school career.
So May wears the number 23. You don't usually see a QB wearing that number. Of course, Dre Contreras, the guy I thought was going to be the starting quarterback, he was number 37 last year. May off his back foot has a man wide open, but he throws it out of bounds. With the wind, the wind caused it to sail just enough, trying to find Alex Wynn, the junior, but it's an incomplete pass and a 4th down. And just like that, Pocatello, another 3 and out, and another punt for Dayton Rice from essentially, just in front of his own end zone. And again, out ready to return the punt for Morgan is Peyton Brooks. He stands at his own 30-yard line. And again, Morgan pretty good on the rush, but Rice gets a great punt off. We'll take a Pocatello roll to the 25, the 20, and all the way down to the 18-yard line of Morgan, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bears. For the Trojans, excuse me.
We've seen some really impressive punts in this opening weekend for Idaho. And Dayton, I don't know if you noticed, that was a spiral.
Yeah.
The whole way. What a good punt.
It's been a weird day for the wind has played such a factor in not just the special teams, but really the flow of the game. Like, if you're going with the wind, it's pretty much your best opportunity to score. And so right now it's Morgan going against the wind, handing off to Lish. Actually, Salmon with the carry, and Salmon out to the 30-yard line for a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Yeah, great job from Salmon to hit the hole and not be slowed down by the tackles that are trying to get to him. So good job from him.
So Salmon came into the game on the season with just 7 carries total. He's already up to 6 in this contest. So Salmon's starting to get more of the workload. Fresh set of downs for Morgan, 1st and 10 from their own 30. Pocatello's got 7 guys in the box. They will hand off to Salmon again, brought down from behind after a gain of just 2. Devin Rodriguez, he's been all over the place in the early going.
Yeah, Devin's looked really impressive. They're looking for somebody to take over for Hunter in that defense, and he's definitely one of those players that's going to do that. He's showing it already in the first quarter.
Yeah, Hunter Killian, the All-State linebacker who's now moved on to college. And Pocatello lost Jackson Williams, who was a great two-way player, and it's all about who's going to step up now, and Devin Rodriguez certainly putting his stamp on the game early. 2nd and 3 for Morgan. Another draw play. Salmon, patient runner, following his block across the 40, out to the 42-yard line, a gain of 9, and another Morgan 1st down. Rodriguez on the stop again for Pocatello as well. Oh, that actually was Lish on that last carry. So Lish takes it for 9. Lish will get the call again. Trying to break to the outside, won't get there. Great tackle by Carson Christensen of Pocatello. And then the penalty flag comes out as well, as we're down to the final 33 seconds of our opening quarter of play.
Yeah, they're going to call a block in the back on Morgan here in just a second.
And a block in the back, White, 10 yards, repeat the down.
So there it is, block in the back against White. That's Morgan.
Yeah, the white cap wanted to get out of there. He was ready to be done with the microphone.
I don't think he likes being mic'd up. Just a guess. This is the only time all year that we'll see our officials mic'd. We don't even see that for state championship games, or do we? I don't know. I'm used to broadcasting in Holt Arena where you're 40,000 feet from the action. Over the middle to Spain, complete. This is Turner into the secondary. Turner, one man to beat. High stepping to the 10 and finally brought down at the 5-yard line. What a tremendous play.
What a strike from Despain, and great job after the catch by number 11, Turner. Wow, high stepping and almost got to the end zone.
Touchdown saving tackle by Crew Hales. 76-yard connection from Despain to Turner. And now it's 1st and goal for the Trojans with the ball at the 5 and just 11 seconds to play in our opening quarter of action. Salmon spinning. Salmon to the 4 for a gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and goal when the second quarter begins. But after 1, nada. Morgan 0, Pocatello 0. We'll be back right after this break. You're watching Gate City Game Night in the 2022 Rocky Mountain Rumble on IdahoSports.com.
I love Lookout's campus branch. The vibe and the service. But with digital banking, it all comes to me. My customizable dashboard provides all my information. Accounts, cards.
Anything else?
I'm good. Bill pay, even my credit score. Gotta go. I mean, you gotta go download this app and upload convenience today.
Back at Bobcat Stadium in Rexburg on the campus of Madison High School. It's the 2022 Rocky Mountain Rumble. Brandon Bainey with Josh McGauley. And as we get ready to start the second quarter of play, it is Morgan 0, Pocatello 0. But the Trojans have a 2nd and goal at the Pocatello 4. They're knocking at the door.
Yeah, the Trojans are looking incredible in this first quarter. And they're the ones looking that they've showed up in this game. You know, Pocatello still this is their first game of the year, and they're still looking to find the end zone. But man, Morgan is looking like they came to play.
Yeah, that first quarter, even though we're 0-0, really dominated by Morgan in terms of total yardage, in terms of time of possession. Pocatello offensively has had 2 very quick 3-and-outs, and they have never advanced the ball beyond their own 20-yard line. It's all been backed up in their own shadows of their own end zone. This drive really sparked by the 76-yard pass from Despain to Turner. The throw was about 30 yards, and then Despain ran, the next 46. And it's now 2nd and goal for the Trojans at the Pocatello 4-yard line. Morgan now going with the wind. Despain out of the pistol. Fakes to Lish, keeps it himself, dances into the end zone for a Morgan touchdown. Despain on his first carry of the day finds the goal line, and Morgan strikes first.
Yeah, great play call right there. This is a simple read option, and good job from Despain to hold on to and walk into the end zone.
Bo Johnson on for the point after try. His 35-yard field goal in the first quarter doinked off the left upright. He's a left-footed kicker, which is somebody who's a fellow left-footed kicker. I can empathize with the different approach you have to take, and Johnson nails the point after. So, just 5 seconds into the second quarter. I know we just took a break, but we're going to take another because it's 7-0 Morgan on top. We'll be back right after this on Gate City Game Night and the Rocky Mountain Rumble on IdahoSports.com. Back at Madison's Bobcat Stadium in Rexburg. Brandon Bainey, Josh McGauley here on IdahoSports.com. Game number 2 of 4 of day 2 of the Rocky Mountain Rumble. That was a mouthful. I didn't deliver that very well. Second day of the Rocky Mountain Rumble, and this is our second game of 4. It is a 7-0 Morgan lead thanks to the 4-yard touchdown run by quarterback Nick Despain. And now the Trojans will be kicking off to Pocatello. Can the Thunder get something going here on offense? So far, Pocatello with -3 yards on the ground, 0 yards through the air. So -3 yards of total offense for the Thunder. Wind causing all sorts of problems for everybody today, including us here. We had to duct tape all our papers down to the desk. But for the fans that are watching, a cool breeze probably doesn't feel terrible considering how hot it's been lately here in East Idaho. 11:55 to play here before halftime. Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union. Brand new endeavor for us here on IdahoSports.com. Johnson will kick off and, oh, baby, drills that out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
And then he says thank you to the wind for that one.
Yeah, no doubt. So Pocatello, we talked about, comes in off of a semifinal appearance a year ago in a game in which they led the eventual champs Skyline, into the third quarter of that game. But a lot of players left in graduation, and then, one of their best wide receivers from a year ago, Julian Bowie, he's only a junior, but he is sticking with basketball. He actually committed to Boise State for basketball just earlier this week. So Julian Bowie said, I'm just going to focus on basketball, not going to play football. So that's another element that Pocatello lost from their offense. It'll be Reichenecko Hawk on the carry here for a gain of 2. And way to go for Julian Bowie.
Yeah.
He's an awesome basketball player. He's been a starter since his freshman year. Can take it inside. He's a great slasher, great shooter as well. Pokey basketball is going to be fun to watch again this year, and it's going to be a lot of these guys that are playing football as well. Second down and 9 here for the Thunder. Hunter May back to pass, throws an out route complete. That's caught by Tyson Beckles, the junior. And Beckles will take it for a gain of 4. And it'll be 3rd down and 6 now for Pocatello.
Yeah, I know it was only a gain of 4, but that's that's a little confidence booster for Hunter. Get that first completion down. You're not trying to look downfield. You're not trying to run out left or right and trying to get your shoulders square. That's just something simple and something to boost the confidence a little bit for Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter May getting the start here at quarterback. Everybody thought, in the preseason, Drake Contreras was going to be the guy, and he was kind of the backup last year, but it's Hunter May getting the start. 3rd and 5. May going to throw a deep ball for Crew Hales. It's caught in stride. The 20, the 10, the 5, the touchdown. 76 yards to Crew Hales.
That was awesome. Yeah, it looked like Crew got behind him so simply because the defensive back was just looking at the quarterback. So Crew put his hand up, and what a throw from Hunter. Put everything into it to get it right on the mark for Crew.
He did. He put his whole body into the throw because he's throwing into the wind. And, how did Crew Hales get so wide open? He says, thanks, I'll see you later. And, again, he is a big play threat. We talked about the 99-yard pick 6 in the playoffs last year. Against Jackson, Wyoming last year, he had a 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. So Crew Hales, every time he touches the ball, you kind of hold your breath. The point after try for Pocatello is through. That is off the foot of Garrett Keller. And so we're tied at 7 with 10:16 to play here before halftime. We'll be back right after this break. You're watching Gate City Game Night and the 2022 Rocky Mountain Rumble on IdahoSports.com.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
76-yard touchdown from Hunter May to Crew Hales. And Pocatello has tied the game at 7-all. Remember when it was 0-0 at the end of the first quarter, and now just in the last 2 minutes of game action, each side has scored a touchdown? Oh, football's a weird sport sometimes, let me tell you.
It's not going to be as weird as our last night game, our late night game.
Yeah, Stansbury 68, Skyline 42, the final there. I hope we're not headed for a similar outcome. This is a squib kick blown dead before it can really begin. That looked like a pretty good kick off the foot of Garrett Keller, so I'm very intrigued to see what the call is here.
I'm actually confused, too. Was there a false start? Yep.
Yep, 5-yard penalty, and they will re-kick, so Interesting. Hunter May is a sophomore for Pocatello, getting the start today at quarterback. Another squib kick because Pocatello's kicking against the wind, so you don't want to have a high booming kickoff that hangs in the air and allows Morgan a chance to get a return. So they go for the line drive kick instead. It's returned to the 35, where it will be 1st and 10 now for the Trojans. And so now it's Morgan back to work on offense, and they were kind of buoyed by the big play on their last drive. Each quarterback has completed a 76-yard pass today. Despain to Turner for Morgan and May to Hales for Pocatello. The difference is Pocatello's was for a touchdown. Despain in an empty set will sling it far side, caught at the 40 and brought down immediately by Crew Hales. On the reception is Connor Brown for a gain of 6.
Yeah, great hit from Crew. He realized immediately that was just a short out route and got there right in time to bring down the receiver.
And Brown picks up 5 on that reception. 2nd and 5 for Morgan. We're down to 9:40 to play before halftime. Deadlocked at 7. Despain out of a pistol will hand to Jet Salmon, and Salmon carrying a defender up to the 50. That's a gain of 10 and a Trojans first down.
Yeah, great run from Salmon. Once again, he's got to be averaging close to 6 yards a carry right now. Good job from him.
Yeah, Salmon is kind of like the burst, right? He hits the hole quickly, gets downhill fast, and then they bring in Lish, and he's more of the patient, like, I'm going to wait for my blocker here, and then I'm going to dance to the side. And contrasting running styles for the two Morgan backs. This is the cut guy, Lish, and you saw it right there, the little jump cut and a stutter, and Lish is able to carry it ahead for a gain of 3.
You said cut guy. I thought we were watching UFC.
Yeah, right, yeah. Cut me. 2nd and 7 now for, the way Pocatello defense is flying around. They are kind of like they're in the octagon. Pass complete over the middle. That is caught by Peyton Brooks, and Brooks will take it all the way down to the Pocatello 24-yard line. That is a gain of 32 and a first down.
Yeah, he was wide open in the middle of the field. It looked like they forgot about him. I don't know how he was so wide open. All of the Pocatello defenders were about 10 yards past the line of scrimmage, and that led for Brooks to be able to get down there and get that 32-yard reception.
1st and 10 for the Trojans from the Pocatello 26-yard line. 8:15 to play before halftime. Tied up at 7. But the Trojans knocking at the door again. Morgan this season, this is their 3rd game of the year already. Off to a 2-0 start. They beat Bear River 37-14. And then they beat Mountain View 39-7. So 2 dominant wins. Despain slings it. It is incomplete. Turner couldn't hang on as a hit delivered at the end by one of the Pocatello defensive backs.
We have the coaches on our left here in our press box, and all you hear is, Jet, get over, because he was on the wrong side of the formation, and as soon as they said that he got over, it seems like they can hear him down there, but I highly doubt it. He just was a little late.
Yeah, that was good coverage that time from Rodriguez of Pocatello. So here we go. It is 2nd down and 10 now for the Thunder. And again, out of the pistol, they'll hand off left side. This is get over, Jet. This is Jet Salmon on the carry. Salmon will take it for a gain of 6, and it'll be 3rd down and 4 now for the Trojans. They've got to get to the Pocatello 16-yard line to pick up the first down.
Yeah, I'm noticing a lot of these teams are running a pistol formation a lot. With the quarterback and shotgun and the running back right behind him. They're having a lot of these Utah teams are having success with this formation.
Yeah, of course, the pistol was invented by, well, not invented, but really revolutionized by Chris Alt, the former coach at Nevada. So Utah State and Utah Utes fans know all about that. Despain on the run will throw, somehow completes it to Turner. Catch made to the 15-yard line for the first down and a penalty flag. Actually, 2 flags come out on the play. We'll see if it's the same thing. Crew Hales made the tackle, and for the moment, it is a gain of 5 and a Morgan first down, but we'll wait and see what the call is here.
I believe it's going to be ineligible man down the field because it looked like Despain was going to run with the ball, but then decided to throw it. And sure enough, that is what the call is.
Third down again.
So it's going to be 3rd and about 10 yards again.
So after all that, back to 3rd and 10, as you just said.
At least I can count. I was counting them until the board wasn't updated yet. You know, that helped me out. So I'm counting the lines.
We're pretty lucky here with the scoreboard at Madison. They stay on top of it. Some places we're going to go this year that you don't even have a scoreboard like that. So, meanwhile, a false start on Morgan. I mean, the tight end in the slot there for Morgan, Josh Criddle, was, 5 yards downfield.
He was ready to go.
He was, yeah. So Criddle with the false start makes it 3rd and 15 now for Morgan. And they went from the 15 of Pocatello all the way back to the 31-yard line now. They just keep marching backwards here. 3rd and 15. They still have to get to the 15-yard line for the first down. Despain going to let it fly, and nearly a one-handed catch by Turner. Coverage applied by Pocatello's Cutter Stuckey. Turner looking for the flag, won't get it. 4th down.
I think Cutter's really lucky he didn't get a flag thrown at him because the receiver stopped and went. It was a stop-and-go route over there, and Cutter, it looked like he grabbed his jersey just a little bit. But he got lucky and turns into 4th. Or no, that was?
Yeah.
That was 4th down, yeah.
No, now it's
4th. Okay.
Now it's 4th down, yeah.
See, I looked at the board and it says first down. I can't rely on that.
Cutter Stuckey with the coverage on that last play, and I think Morgan's going to line up and try a field goal. They are. This is going to be a 48-yard field goal try here for the left-footed Bo Johnson. Johnson has already missed from 35. That was against the wind, though. This is with the wind. From 48 yards out, Johnson wide left. So Johnson pulls it wide left. He's now 0 for 2 on field goals. Pocatello will take over.
Man, I feel for him because it looked great. It really did, but just veered left at the last second, and he can make those field goals. He really can. That could have been good for him, about 50 probably. So good for him, and just sadly he missed 0 for 2. And the first thing he does is his coach is over there, holding his, hey, don't get your head down. You don't get another shot.
I mean, the fact that your coach feels confident enough to bring you out for a 48-yard field goal says a lot. On the season, Johnson has kicked it pretty well. He's got 8 PATs and 2 field goals. Hunter May back to pass, fumbles it, lost it. That's recovered by Morgan. Quentin Farley, the free safety, comes up with the recovery. May like a hot potato, lost it, tried to get it back, and Farley. Oh no, they'll say that May was down. And Morgan fans don't like it. Bang bang play in the heat of the moment officially will go down as a loss of 7 for Hunter May.
Hunter's lucky right there because Riot Nye is the first person to knock the ball out of the hand. He's the first person that got there. And when he fumbled the ball, it just I guess he had control enough for the referees to say that he was down.
2nd and 17 now for the Thunder. May going to roll out left side, feeling the heat from the backside, brought down at the 11. And providing the rush that time was Sean Moore, the senior defensive lineman. So May is able to pick up 3 on the carry. And it's going to be 3rd down and 18 still.
Yeah, Hunter May's getting his cardio in. Every single play he has to go back to his coach and run to the huddle again.
Oh, I thought you meant he was getting his cardio in because every play he's like rolling out trying to avoid this.
No, he's adding, he's probably already at a mile here.
This Trojan rush. Wearing his Fitbit or his Apple Watch. Going to get his steps in. That ball batted in the air. Sean Moore, back-to-back plays for the Trojans. And Moore says, come on, bring it. Bats down the pass at the line. It's 4th down, and Pocatello will have to punt again.
Yeah, great job from Sean right there to get the hands up. You know, he saw it was going to be a screen pass. He noticed that and just wanted to get his hands up and get in the eye and get in the face of Hunter.
So 4:44 to go before halftime. Pocatello will punt from their own end zone. Dayton Rice to kick it away. Peyton Brooks back deep to return. And again, Pocatello only had 10 guys on the field. You know, it's an improvement over the last punt when they only had 9.
That's true.
Of course, first game stuff, and it's blocked! Sean Moore blocks it! Into the end zone, somehow completes it over the head, behind the back pass. But disaster for Pocatello on the punt. Add it all up. It'll go down as a -2-yard completion from the punter. And Morgan will take over inside the Pocatello 10-yard line.
Yeah, on that play, I don't know if you saw, but the punter kicked it right into Hunter May's buttocks. And that made it drop back, and the punter he just threw it over his shoulder because he was going to get brought down for a touchdown or a touchback, excuse me.
Yeah, it would have been a safety.
Safety, yeah, it would have been a safety. I'm getting there. Oh, my goodness.
So May technically caught that pass for -2 yards. I like the way you very properly said buttocks.
Thank you. I didn't know what to say. We are on a...
Inside the 5, meanwhile, on the carry is Jet Salmon. This has been, on the carry is Quentin Farley. So Farley, number 4, right, gets the carry. Oh, no, 44. Okay, that's Ty Wheeler, the senior. So Wheeler, with his first carry of the game, goes for a gain of 5. Up the middle, pushing the pile easily. Extra shelving after the play. That's going to be a penalty against Morgan. Lot of emotion spilling over here on both sides. Meanwhile, Despain was the guy who took it in on the QB push ahead. And it looked like to me the Morgan offensive linemen were pushing a little extra. And, number 59 for Morgan running off with the classic, "What did I do?" That's Cole Keel, the senior. We're going to have to sort all this out. For the moment, it is a 4-yard touchdown run by Despain, his second of the contest.
We have a touchdown. It's good. We have offsetting dead ball fouls. We'll try the extra point.
Okay, so Morgan and Pocatello offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, which cancel each other out, which means a 4-yard touchdown run by Nick Despain, the quarterback, and now just a regular old point after try for Bo Johnson.
Yeah, big number 59. Just showing a little bit more muscle than he needed to, and Pocatello's defense wasn't letting anybody get bullied. So that's going to happen, but luckily it was just offsiding, and we'll go to this PAT.
Ready for the kick. Johnson nails it. So Johnson through the uprights. 14-7. Morgan, and what's been another interesting first half. Second game in a row. 3:59 to play before halftime. Will be back right after this break. You're watching Gate City Game Night and the 2022 Rocky Mountain Rumble on IdahoSports.com.
Your home team, when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
3:59 to go here before halftime. It is 14-7. Morgan on top of Pocatello, a 4-yard touchdown run by Nick Despain, his second 4-yard touchdown run of the day. It was all set up, though, by Pocatello having to punt from just outside their own end zone. The Pocatello punter, Dayton Rice, kicked it right into the backside of Hunter May, the personal protector. It caromed back to Dayton Rice, the punter, in his own end zone. He was going to be tackled for a safety in the end zone, so he spun around and threw it one-handed over his shoulder, behind the back, no-look pass to Hunter May, the personal protector. So Pocatello's starting quarterback has caught a pass today for -2 yards. Either way, Morgan got the ball at Pocatello's 9-yard line, and from there punched it in. So, hey, just another day at the Rocky Mountain Rumble, right?
Just another day. Yeah, at least these few games today have been pretty interesting. At least close. Last night there was a lot of blowouts. Yesterday was a couple blowouts.
1st and 10 for Pocatello following the touchback. Hunter May will pitch out to Reichen Echohawk left side across the 25 and out to the 29-yard line. That is a gain of 9 on the first down carry by Echohawk. Down to 3:45 to play here before halftime. Gate City Game Night here on IdahoSports.com, presented by Lookout Credit Union. 2nd and 1. May going to sling it too high, incomplete. Had his man in the flat. Parker Applington threw it a touch high. It's incomplete. It's now 3rd and 1.
Yeah, 22 Lish. Looks like he's a safety. He wanted to make sure that 11 Parker Applington wanted to know that he was there. Hit him a little bit, and Appleton is frustrated, throwing his helmet on the sideline.
Lish is one of those guys because he plays running back too. He's the jump cut guy I was telling you about on offense for Morgan. He plays running back. I think he's one of those guys that likes contact.
He's a bruiser.
He's like a running back that seeks contact out because you can tell he plays strong safety for the Trojans defense as well. 3rd and 1, trying to get a yard. It's going to be close. It all depends on the spot, but just a big pile of bodies in there. Trying to squeeze out a yard on the ground was Reichen Echohawk, and no signal yet. They're going to say 4th and inches. Wow.
Jeez.
Okay. 4th and inches for Pocatello. Ball is at their own 30. We're down to 3 minutes to play before halftime, and now we have a timeout here. I don't know if Pocatello coach Dave Spillett wants the timeout, and now all of a sudden Pocatello has been given the first down. Okay.
The coach talked to the sideline ref, and suddenly it's a first down.
Our side judge, well, I think what happened was obviously the side judge signaled first down, and there was miscommunication between the two officials.
Oh, okay. We'll go with that.
It's definitely the... Okay, so Echohawk does get the yard for the first down. 1st and 10. May going to sling it in the flat. That is caught by Crew Hales for a gain of 2. So Hales gets 2 yards on the pass completion. 2:40 to play here before halftime. Pocatello's going to have to, the clock's starting to tick down. They're down 14-7. Pocatello will get the ball to start the second half. Echohawk looking for somewhere to run and will be brought down in the backfield. A number of players in there, but the guy who finally finished it off for the Trojans was Jaron Ball, the senior linebacker. And so Echohawk ends up losing 4 yards on that carry. It's now 3rd down and 12 for Pocatello, ball back at their own 28. And again, the clock continuing to roll here, 2:05 and counting before halftime. Third and 12. May looking for a backside screen, throws it high for Echohawk, and Echohawk is still on his feet. Somehow is able to take what would have been a 5-yard loss and turn it into just a 2-yard loss. But again, the pressure was heavy. Morgan read the screen well that time.
Yeah, Morgan's defense has been really impressive to watch tonight, or this afternoon.
So 4th down for Pocatello, and Morgan, I believe, is going to call a timeout here with 1:34 to play before halftime to try and preserve the clock because they want to score before halftime because they're kicking off to start the second half. So this is Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com. Brought to you by Lookout Credit Union, but also by Valley Office Systems.
Yeah, Valley Office Systems is your local home town office solutions team, delivering the level of service that you expect because we are a service company above all else.
I know Valley Office Systems does a lot with Idaho schools. And so it's great to have them on as a sponsor here of Gate City Game Night, a new endeavor here on IdahoSports.com. We're going to bring you every home game in the city of Pocatello between the Thunder, the Highland Rams, who we'll see coming up in our next game, and the Century Diamondbacks. Century played Hillcrest last night in their season opener, and the Knights ended up coming away with the win. Here is the punt by Rice. Will bounce out of bounds around the... See where they mark it. A little confusion on where it actually went out. And we've got an injured Pocatello player down as well. That's Devin Johnson, the junior. And we hope he's all right. And meanwhile, we'll figure out where this punt goes out of bounds. But for now, they're going to attend to the injured player, so we will step aside. We've got 1:21 to play before halftime, 14-7. Morgan with the lead. We'll be back right after this on Gate City Game Night and the Rocky Mountain Rumble on IdahoSports.com.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
It can be a lot, trying to figure out how to make it, how to dream big and to wonder, what if? Because no matter where you are in life, if you don't know what's possible in Idaho, it's hard to keep asking, what if? Which is exactly why Next Steps Idaho was created, with everything from smart tools that help you figure out careers you might be suited for, to training and education options for you. So keep asking what if at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
About $1,100 per year.
So the injured Pocatello player, Devin Johnson, helped up off the field. Big round of applause. We certainly hope he's all right. Meanwhile, Morgan trying to get a score here before halftime with 1:25 on the clock. Despain throws low on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. From his own 45-yard line.
Yeah, Despain's throwing over to Cruz' side of the field. He's got to be careful. He's going to get one of these interceptions.
Despain has missed on his last 3 throws for Morgan. Despain will go back to work here, feeling the heat, rolling out right side, will take off and run and duck out of bounds right at the 50-yard line. Well, they'll mark him out back at the 48, so a gain of just 3 for Despain. Look at Despain's rushing stat line. It's like Jerome Bettis back in the day. 3 carries, 11 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Hey, that's pretty good stat line right there.
Just saying. 3rd down and 7.
Jerome Bettis.
Yeah, remember that? Like he had a game one time, I'm serious. It was like 3 carries, 0 yards, 2 touchdowns. 3rd and 7. Somewhere to go. No, the door closes, and that is a sack for Pocatello. Coming through on the sack for the Thunder is Berto Reed. So Berto Reed with the sack. It's officially a loss of a yard for Despain.
And I believe Morgan called timeout.
Interesting. So you got to figure here, we'll just keep it here, 1:12 to go before halftime. 4th down and 7 for the Trojans. Ball is at their own 48-yard line, and you figure here that they're going to go for it. Obviously, they just wanted to call timeout to draw up the right play. right?
That's the only thing I could think of. Is
you looked very pensive.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about why else would you call a timeout, right? So you're going to be going for 4th and 7, if I remember correctly, 4th and 7, and if you miss this throw, I'm assuming it's going to be a throw. It may be a run, but I'm assuming it's going to be a throw. You miss this throw, you stop the clock and give Pocatello about a minute to go down and tie this ball game.
Well, and you give it to him right at midfield.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's risky, but by the same token, Morgan is kicking off to start the second half, so maybe they really want to go up by a second score. And now we've got a punt. But I don't think Pocatello was expecting that. Reich and Echohawk will hurry up and run out there to return. And again, keep an eye on the fake. We saw Layton pull this off yesterday for a 59-yard touchdown. Instead, it's a traditional boring punt. We'll roll into the end zone for a touchback. We're kidding, of course. Although, again, interesting that you would take the time out just to punt it. Why not just run the clock down and punt it?
I don't get it.
Oh, well.
We're not head coaches, though.
We're not.
There's something back there that he's planning on. And so that's why he called the timeout.
I found a lot of times that, the expression, he's playing checkers while we're playing chess. It's like he's playing checkers and I've got a crayon shoved up my nose. That's First and 10 for the Thunder from their own 20-yard line. May over the middle's got a man open. Caught at the 35 out to the 36. That is a 16-yard gain and a first down on the catch. Parker Smith.
Yeah, great throw right there. And Morgan sent all of their linebackers was left the middle of the field open for that catch.
So Pocatello going to have to hurry. We're down to 50 seconds and counting. First and 10 from the 36. May going deep again. A lot of contact. They will say incidental, no flag. Alex Wynn was the intended receiver, and out there defensively was Tate Nelson, the junior. And they both kind of got tied up with each other. So incomplete pass, second and 10. So second and 10 off the incomplete pass. Quarterback keeper for May will take it for a gain of 3 out to the 39-yard line. Meanwhile, that clock continues to burn. We're down to 30 seconds to play before halftime. Pocatello has all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so they may just be trying to get to halftime. May on 3rd and 7 here with 20 seconds to play in the half. Back to pass, taking off, looking for somewhere to go, is sacked. Back at the 30. That's Ty Wheeler on the pressure and the takedown. That should take us to the end of the first half. It'll conclude with a loss of 7 on the sack by May. And so at halftime, Morgan 14, Pocatello 7. We'll be back with the halftime show right after this. You're watching Gate City Game Night and the 2022 Rocky Mountain Rumble on IdahoSports.com.
Local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
We're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
All right, I put this on one check. Is that okay? Draw?
That was fast and secure. It's mobile wallet from Lookout Credit Union.
Your home team, when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Halftime here at Bobcat Stadium in Rexburg, Madison High School. Brandon Maney, Josh McGauley, Dallin Fryer with that really nice camera shot we've got for you right now here on IdahoSports.com. At the halftime break, like it says, Morgan 14, Pocatello 7. This was kind of the second game in a row, Josh, where it's been kind of an adventure on special teams at times, specifically with the kicking game, because the kicker for Morgan has come out, Bo Johnson, and missed 2 field goals, one from 48 yards, one from 35. The 35-yarder came against the wind, and he doinked it off the left upright. And then the 48-yarder came with the wind, and he missed it wide left. So both kicks have missed wide left.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's anything to do with him being a left foot kicker. You know, it's something unique. Yes, he's going to be kicking in the wind. Yes, he has the wind behind him, which is going to affect your ball. But with him being a left foot, I know there has to be something that he's going to adjust. But I'm sure he's going to be coming out here. He probably already is. Yep, there he is walking out here to start working on that. And the good thing about it, though, is his coach has the confidence in him, and we'll continue to have the confidence in him to make those field goals.
Yeah, so it's just like anything in golf where, you know, if you hit it left-handed, it tends to go veer to the left, right? Same with right-footed kickers, right? It veers the opposite way. And then for Pocatello, their adventures on special teams came on a punt where basically Dayton Rice was punting from his own end zone. As he released the punt, it went into the butt of his personal protector, the quarterback, Hunter May. The ball bounced back into the hands of Rice, the punter. There was a Morgan defender that had him wrapped up. He got spun around with his back turned to the field. He threw an over-the-shoulder, no-look pass just to avoid the safety. Hunter May, the personal protector, caught it for a loss of 2 yards. So May, Pocatello's starting quarterback, has a reception for -2 yards. That obviously set up Morgan for their second touchdown of the day, and that's why they're leading 14-7 right now. That punt was a big play in the game.
You know how would have made that more interesting? What if Hunter had actually converted that into a first down? That would have been a highlight of the ages for Idaho. He threw a pass behind his back before his safety, turns it into a first down. That would have been interesting.
I mean, I think the quote-unquote pass from Dayton Rice is a highlight worthy on its own. I mean, how often does something like that happen? So, anyways, it's been an interesting first half. Let's take a look at the first half stats for Morgan. 180 yards on the ground, 143 through the air. That's 223 yards of total offense. For Pocatello, -6 on the ground, 93 through the air, 87 yards of total offense. And if you think about it, 76 of those 87 yards came on one play, the 76-yard touchdown from Hunter May to Crew Hales.
Yeah, and that's not what we're used to seeing from Pocatello. Last year, Echo Hawk had an amazing year. Echo Hawk is one of those talents at running back that you wish that every football team had, and him having only negative yards rushing is not something we're used to seeing. And so for Pocatello, I'm sure that's what their coaches are discussing right now, is how are we going to get Echo Hawk going? Because Echo Hawk, when he gets going, he's incredible. He's one of the best running backs in the state, and being named, all of the accolades he's going to get for a reason. And so I'm sure they're discussing what they're going to do to get that run game going and get the pass game going. Without that 76 yards, you're looking at 12 yards of offense. That's not what they want.
Yeah, Echo Hawk has 7 carries for 6 yards, and then Hunter May has 4 carries for -12, and that's why Pocatello is at -6 as a team. Passing-wise, May in the first half, 5 of 10 for 95 yards and a touchdown, and then Dayton Rice, the punter, 1 of 1 for -2. Leading receiver is Crew Hales, 2 catches for 78 yards and a touchdown. Reich and Echo Hawk, the next highest is Parker Smith, 1 catch for 16 yards. It is Tyson Beckles, 1 catch for 3 yards. And then Hunter May and Ryko Echo Hawk each have a reception for -2 yards. So a lot of negative yardage plays in there. For Morgan, leading rusher is Jet Salmon, 10 carries for 52 yards. That's followed by Gunnar Lish, who's got 1 carry for 13 yards. Excuse me, 3 carries for 13 yards. Quarterback Nick Despain, 4 carries, 10 yards, 2 touchdowns. And it is also Ty Wheeler with 1 carry for 5 yards. Nick Despain in that first half, 7 of 15 passing for 143 yards. His top receiver in the first half was Gavin Turner, 2 catches for 84 yards. After that, it's Peyton Brooks, 1 catch for 32 yards. Then it's Lincoln Gilson, 1 catch for 13 yards. Connor Brown, 2 catches for 11 yards. And Jet Salmon, 1 catch for 3 yards. So 14-7, Morgan with the lead over Pocatello here at halftime. This is Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union. And also, while we have a moment before the start of the second half of action, let's go ahead and thank one of our local sponsors today as well.
Valley Office Systems is a local hometown office solutions team delivering the level of service that you expect because we are a service company above all else. And Lava Hot Springs, Idaho is your destination for a fun or relaxing day, whichever you choose. Just 11 miles off of I-15. The world-famous hot springs are open daily from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. The all-natural geothermal hot springs are always a warm 102 to 112 degrees. Oh, that would be amazing today, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh. Come and soak your worries away. Their outdoor Olympic swimming complex with water slides, diving boards, platforms, and indoor aquatic center with Kiddie Cove is open until September 5th, Labor Day weekend. Come splash and play before they close for the summer season. Their indoor pool is open year-round. Check out lavahotsprings.com for more information. Yeah, I'm not from Idaho, so it's lava. It's lava, not lava.
You know how I know you're not from Idaho?
Because I say Idaho wrong or something?
Well, you just said it in that twang. I'm not from Idaho. Sounded like Forrest Gump over here.
Man.
You know, and neither one of us is born and raised in Idaho. Josh, you're from the great state of South Carolina.
That's right.
I'm from Montana, which is like Idaho light.
It's basically Idaho.
It's Idaho's cousin, basically. How long have you lived in Idaho, though? Let's see if you got me beat.
About 2 years.
Oh, yeah. I've been here 4, so I'm an expert compared to you.
Yeah, you are.
You're just a novice.
That's right. You call them potatoes right now, right? Not potatoes, it's potatoes.
Sure. Dallin is our camera guy for this game. Dallin, how many years have you lived in Idaho? All your life, right?
All your life, yeah.
Dallin's from Preston. And Dallin just turned 15, so no, I'm just kidding. Dallin is a college student.
Just turned 15.
Dallin is a clean-shaven, young-faced college student from Idaho State University. All right, here we go. Second half should be getting underway. Pocatello will get the ball to start this third quarter of action, so
they got Eminem going in the background. Can never go wrong.
We'll see if the Pocatello offense can get on track here. It'll be Riken Echo Hawk back deep to return for the Thunder, along with Cutter Stuckey and Parker Applington on the front line.
Our next game, which is going to be coming up here in about hour and a half, hour 45, is going to be Lehigh versus Highland. I'm excited for that game. Very excited for that game.
That's going to be a good one for sure. And then, of course, our final game tonight will be Tooele against Madison.
Yep. Not Tool, Tooele. I learned that yesterday.
We're really novices when it comes to Utah, I've learned. Both you and I, Josh. That one goes to the back of the end zone. Did that hit off the fence?
That hit off the fence.
Wow.
Yeah, the flag over there is flying straight ahead. The wind's definitely blowing down there.
And again, Pocatello going to be working against the wind here in this third quarter of action. It'll be 1st and 10 here for the Thunder. Hunter May back in at quarterback, the sophomore, getting the start today. High snap will keep it, and Hunter May nowhere to go. Wrapped up on the play by a couple of Trojan defenders. Josh Criddle was the first guy in there. That is a loss of 2 for May. Again, Pocatello just not able to get much going offensively. Although, this is Morgan's 3rd game of the year. They're 2-0. Got all the way to the Utah 3A championship last year where they lost to Grantsville 14-10. So you're talking about a play or two probably away from being the 3A champs. A near three-peat. 2nd and 12. This is going to be a scramble play for Hunter May, and May will end up picking up 5 to make it 3rd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a design draw or not, but good job for May and getting at least a couple yards. And right as he got tackled, he looked up. He felt like he was, ran about 10 yards, but he only ran about 5.
He's done a lot of that today where,
yes.
The stat sheet is going to show minus rushing yardage, but he's like, I know. I've sideline to sideline. I've put in a lot of steps. 3rd and 7 for Pocatello from their own 25-yard line. May on the rollout again. Floats it downfield. That is intercepted by Tate Nelson at the 35-yard line, and a turnover.
Good job from Nelson right there. Covered the wide receiver perfectly. Kept his hands off and just ran the route. Amazingly, it was a comeback route, and Nelson jumped in front of that for the interception. And what a catch, too. Diving on the ground, held it in. What a catch.
Yeah, it was like he was laying out like he was the wide receiver.
Yeah.
So Nelson with the pick with 10:50 to play here in the third quarter of action. Despain going for the deep shot. He's got it. For a 36-yard Trojans touchdown. Lincoln Gilson on the reception.
Yeah, Gilson just got lost by the defensive backs back there, and good job from Despain to find him and put it right on the mark where he could catch it and just run right into the end zone. So great throw and catch right there.
And again, the point after try will come from the left foot of Bo Johnson.
Bo
knows, right?
Bo knows.
Point after is through, so 14-7 becomes 21-7 in favor of the Morgan Trojans. And we will be back with 10:43 to play here in the third quarter on Gate City Game Night and the Rocky Mountain Rumble on IdahoSports.com.
I love Lookout's campus branch. The vibe and the service. But with digital banking, it all comes to me. My customizable dashboard provides all my information. Accounts, cards.
Anything else?
I'm good. Bill pay, even my credit score. Gotta go. I mean, you gotta go download this app and upload convenience today.
So Morgan, the Trojans, extend the lead out to 21-7 thanks to a 36-yard touchdown pass from Nick Despain to Lincoln Gilson. The scoring drive, one play, 36 yards, and, 5 seconds off the clock, came after the interception by Tate Nelson. So you can't draw it up any better if you're Morgan and head coach Jared Barlow. You get an interception, and on the very next play, you get a touchdown. Jared Barlow, in his third year as the head coach of Morgan, a 17-7 record in that time. And prior to becoming the head coach, he spent 15 years as an assistant coach at Morgan High School.
Wow.
So this is a guy that bleeds that Trojan maroon and white.
Yeah, he does. Good for him to stick around and finally get the opportunity to take over as the head coach.
Yeah, Coach Barlow has taken Morgan to the championship game in each of his first 2 years, but hasn't been able to get over the hump yet. Hunter May on 1st and 10 from his own 20, spinning around like a top and right back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, these are the moments where you just give it off to Echo Hawk. You know, he's your electric power back, your electric workhorse, and even though Hunter he's taking the workload right now, he's doing all he can. But there's not too much that you can do when it's looks like the same play every time.
10:05 to play here in the third. 21-7 Morgan leading the Thunder of Pocatello. And again, Hunter May back to throw. Going to take a deep shot, looking for his man. It's caught in stride. That is Alex Wynn, finally brought down at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, that is the best throw we've seen all night from Hunter May. That was a beautiful from to the outside numbers to number 4, Alex Wynn. So great throw and catch right there from May to Wynn.
That's a 66-yard bomb, and now it's 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line of the Trojans. May sacked back at the 24-yard line. And on the sack attack is Ty Wheeler.
Sack attack. Ty Wheeler with a sack attack. I love it.
You're really impressed by my ability to rhyme words together.
You are the lyrical genius. You know, forget all of the, M&Ms, the, nowadays Drakes, and all of it's Brandon Beanie.
I'll just settle for a regular genius. I don't need to be a lyrical genius, but loss of 9 on that sack by May. 2nd and 19 now for Pocatello. Ball from the 23-yard line of Morgan. Draw play for Echo Hawk. Will take it to the 20. So Echo Hawk's able to pick up 3 on the carry to bring up 3rd and long. It'll be 3rd down and looks like 15. 3rd and 16, we'll call it, with 8:34 to play here in the third. Ball is right at the Morgan 20-yard line. Pocatello trailing 21-7. May gets the play from the sideline. Will jog back into the huddle. Taking a lot of time at the line here. This is an important play for Pocatello. May back to pass. Going to take a shot to the end zone. It is deflected and nearly intercepted. Morgan's Rhett Nye nearly came down with it through a sea of hands. Incomplete pass, 4th down.
Yeah, first to start of the defensive line, Josh Criddle. Criddle blew up the block from Echo Hawk and almost got to May for the sack, which interrupted the pass attempt, of which almost got intercepted. So great job from Josh right there.
Yeah, Criddle has played linebacker and gotten in at tight end a little bit today as well. And here it is, 4th down and 16. 7:50 to play in the third. Pocatello's got to go for it. May going to take another shot to the end zone, looking for Crew Hales, underthrown and intercepted. Zach Nelson comes away with the pick. Nelson on the return, popped at the end of the play. That was a big hit by Reich and Echo Hawk, but it's the second consecutive drive that ends with an interception, and this time it comes closer to the end zone. That was Zach Nelson who came away with the pick.
Yeah, frustration is starting to show on the Pocatello sideline right now, as this is not what was in their game plan for their opening game today.
So Morgan will take over at their own 34-yard line, or excuse me, own 28-yard line following the interception. Despain back to pass, rolling out on the run, throws short. That is caught out there by Brogan Garrett, the junior. That's his first catch today. Goes for a modest gain of 4 to bring up second down and 6. 7:20 to play in the third. Despain will turn and hand off. This is out to the 35-yard line. Jet Salmon. So Salmon makes it 3rd down and 3 now.
Yeah.
3rd down. This is Lish. The cutback has a blocker to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, to the end zone. For a Trojans touchdown. 65-yard touchdown run for Gunnar Lish.
Yeah, Gunnar Lish, being your cut man right there, he sure did. You saw about 2 or 3 jump cuts right there just for him to get outside and make a beautiful run to the touchdown. For the touchdown right there. What a run from Lish.
And again, we got the Morgan coaches in the box next to us. You can hear them. They're pretty excited. Point after try coming up for Bo Johnson here with 6:32 to play in the third. And all of a sudden, Morgan has blown this game open. Johnson, PAT is through.
Johnson with the point after is good.
And so, 28-7. Morgan extends the lead. 6:32 to play in the third. We'll be back right after this. Gate City Game Night, Rocky Mountain Rumble on IdahoSports.com.
Your home team, when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Making our way through the third quarter here at Bobcat Stadium. 28-7, Morgan, here on IdahoSports.com. Game 2 of 4 on day 2 here at the Rocky Mountain Rumble. And Morgan is really, they're up 14-7 at halftime, Josh. They get an interception from Tate Nelson, turn it into a 36-yard touchdown pass from Nick Despain to Lincoln Gilson. Then they get an interception by Zach Nelson. That turns into a 65-yard touchdown run by Gunnar Lish. And so now it's 28-7, and you feel like Morgan has kind of just put this game away. Outside of the 2 long passes for Pocatello, they really haven't been able to get much going.
No, it really does feel like this is already the beginning of the end, and it's only halfway through the third quarter. I hate putting that out there, but unless Pocatello shows something different here on offense, that's what's exactly going to happen.
Pocatello has that threat to hit on a big play. We've seen them do it twice today, so no lead is ever safe, but you got to take better care of the ball. Hunter May over the middle. Pass was initially caught at the 40, but then Parker Smith was demolished by 2 Trojan defenders.
I believe that was Lish on the hit right there.
I'm telling you, this guy loves contact. He just bopped off a 65-yard touchdown run, and he's like, yeah, come across the middle against me, see what happens.
Man, what a hit. If I'm Parker Smith, I'm getting a little frustrated at Hunter. Please, please don't throw that when I'm about to get hit.
2 defenders were there, and so 2nd and 10 now. May going to pitch it out to Reichen-Echohawk as the sun comes out now from amongst the clouds. And Reichen-Echohawk will get a yard on the pitch. I have to put my sunglasses back on, Josh.
Getting a little bright for your eyes?
Yeah, it's been cloudy all game, and now all of a sudden the sun has come back out. Here on a windy August day in Rexburg. We're still in August, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay. I'm not very good with, dates on the calendar. May all day to throw, will take off and run instead, and will pick up the first down. Ducks out of bounds at the 31-yard line. That is a gain of 11 and a first down. So nice job by May, keeping the drive alive with his legs and scrambling to make it 1st and 10 for Pocatello from their own 32. With 5:41 to play here in the third. May out of the gun. Roll out left side, fires at the last moment, gets demolished as he unleashes the throw. It's caught at the 40-yard line by Alex Wynn. Actually, double check that number. Yeah, that's Wynn. So Wynn with the 8-yard reception to make it 2nd and 2.
Yeah, he threw that right at the last second because it looked like he was across the line of scrimmage, but I guess he still had a foot over on the right side.
Well, yeah, he hung in there as long as he could and got hit as he threw it. But it shows a good toughness in your quarterback. 2nd and 2 for Pocatello. Ball is at their own 40. Starting to put together a little drive here. May on a quarterback draw has the first down across the 45 and right to the 45-yard line. A gain of 5 and a first down.
Yeah, now we're starting to see something a little bit different. We're seeing some excitement, it looks like, out of the players. They're moving the ball. We haven't really seen a progressive move. We've seen a deep ball to get down the field to get their first touchdown and a couple other strikes down the field, but we haven't seen this progressive move and steady movement of the offense.
1st and 10 for the Thunder from their own 45-yard line. 5:10 and counting here in the third. Down 3 scores. Handoff to Echohawk, going nowhere. Blown up in the backfield.
And, of course, as I say that, they get stopped in the backfield.
Yeah, this is a really good Morgan defense. When you look at their season statistics, they've allowed a total of 21 points in their 2 previous games.
Yeah, look at those big guys up front. Not too many guys are getting through that.
So Echohawk loses 2 on the carry to make it 2nd and 12. I mean, this defense is loaded with dudes. Rhett Nye with 9 tackles leads this unit. Sean Moore with 7 tackles and a sack. Ty Wheeler with 6 tackles and a sack. May says, I don't care. I'm going deep, and I've got my man at the 30. That is Crew Hales with the reception for the first down. Oh, that's actually Alex Wynn, beg your pardon. 4 and 3 look so similar, don't they?
They do.
That is a gain of 32 and a first down for Pocatello.
And they're starting to speed up their offense.
May going to just take off and run with it. Penalty flag comes out. May maybe gets right back to the line of scrimmage. We'll see. Might have lost a yard as well. And, of course, we have to wait and see what the laundry is about as well. False start on the offense.
Holding
On the offense.
Yeah, it's going to be on the big left tackle. He's just trying to protect his little guy back there, but held a little too much.
So first down and a ways to go. They haven't updated it on the scoreboard yet. First and forever. Back to pass is May. Going to take another deep shot. Has a man alone, but it is off the back of the jersey. As, again, having to throw into the wind. Looking for Carson Christensen that time. And it ends up hitting the back of the shoulder pads of the Morgan defender who was trailing in coverage, he got beat. Christensen had his man beat, but that pass just hung in the air too long with the wind. And so incomplete pass, second and long. Second and 26 officially.
Yeah, huge shout out to that cornerback over there. I believe that's number 3, Zach Nelson, the senior. You know, that play right there is an example where at this level, that's normally a pass interference call. But for him to get it, if he had turned around, that would have been an interception. For him to get his hands up and just slow down enough just to let the ball hit him in the back of the head.
Oh, well, I don't think he slowed down because he
sped up, yeah. No.
Yeah.
Sorry. But good job by him.
Second and 26. May in trouble, gets it away. Complete to the 50, but that's going to lose 4 yards. On the reception for the Thunder that time, Garrett Keller with his first catch of the game. But again, this Morgan pass rush has been relentless. And it's now third down and 31. 3:15 to play in the third. Ball all the way back at the 49-yard line of Morgan. Pocatello's got to get to the 20 to pick up the first down. May rolling out, in trouble, dances his way out of trouble and just nearly intercepted. Was trying to just throw it away out of bounds on that Pocatello sideline, but Jaron Ball got his hands on it. Incomplete pass, fourth down. So Pocatello will come out and punt again. .245 to play in the third. 28-7, Morgan with the lead. Good punt into the wind. Will be fielded at the 20-yard line out to the 30. Good return to the 40, the 45, and a little shove out of bounds. Nice return there by Morgan's Titan Willis.
Gunnar Lish with the return.
Excuse me, Gunnar Lish. So Lish with the return out to the 44-yard line of Morgan, where it'll be 1st and 10.
That's Lish out there seeking contact again, right even before he went out of bounds. Just wanted somebody to hit.
Yeah, Lish is he's one of those guys. It's like, where's the contact and let me find it.
It's probably a wrestler in the offseason.
1st and 10. Despain going to sling it. Short pass, but caught. On the reception is Brogan Garrett for his second grab. Goes for 5 yards. 2nd and 5 now for Morgan from their own 48-yard line. 2:15 to play in the third. Morgan up 28-7. Hand off to Jet Salmon. Been a while since we've called his name. Crosses the 50 and takes it to the Pocatello 49-yard line. Pickup of 3 makes it 3rd and 2. In fact, that is Jet Salmon's first carry of the third quarter.
I was going to say, it seems like they've gone mainly to Lish.
Yeah, well, and plus they haven't had the ball that long. Every time they get it, they score on a long touchdown, right? 3rd down and 2. They'll turn and hand off. This is Lish getting stopped right at the 50. Pocatello surging through the line to make the tackle that time. The first guy in there for the Thunder was Andrew Millward.
Stood up by Andrew Millward.
So Millward makes the tackle. That is a loss of a yard on the carry by Lish. So he goes from 65 yards on one carry to -1 on his next. It's 4th down, and we'll see Morgan come out and punt. Reichen Echo Hawk stands at his own 15-yard line. Bad snap. It's going to be picked up, and still a beautiful punt on the run because of the wind. Echo Hawk signals for the fair catch. It will be down at the 1.
What?
Wind assisted for sure, but you go from a bad snap, punter on the rollout, and ends up booting it all the way down to the 1 yard line. Simply incredible.
If anything else can tell you that everything is going right for Morgan, that's that play right there. From a bad snap to the best instinct for a punt ever going to happen. It's going to be down at the 1 yard line. Wow.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, that's what happens when we have a bad snap on a punt normally, right?
Yeah. So Pocatello back to work from their own 1 yard line. 1st and 10 with 44 seconds to play in the third. Everybody bunched in tight here. May fakes the handoff, throws. That is caught over the middle. That's a nice play call there on 1st down. Leaping grab made by Parker Smith over the middle for a gain of 8.
2nd down, Pocatello.
Yeah, good catch right there from Parker. A little high of a ball, but good job to reel that in. Give them some breathing room.
So 2nd and 2 for Pocatello now from their own 10-yard line. On the sweep play, Echo Hawk brought down back inside the 5. On the pursuit, Quentin Farley. And penalty marker or?
Yeah, it's gonna be unsportsmanlike conduct on Ty Wheeler.
Interesting. What did he do, Josh?
Personal foul, late hit.
Late hit. There you go. Okay. So a late hit on Ty Wheeler takes what would have been a 3rd down and 6 situation from Pocatello's own 5
Penalty results in a
and turns it into a 1st and 10 for Pocatello from their own 19. Now they really got some breathing room to work with. Final 5 seconds of the third. I'm not sure Pocatello is going to get a playoff in time. And so we will head to the 4th with Morgan in front of Pocatello, 28-7. We'll be back after this break. You're watching Gate City Game Night and the 2022 Rocky Mountain Rumble on IdahoSports.com.
I got COVID in October 2020, and 3 weeks later, I started having long-term problems. I used to be able to dance all day, but now just getting up gives me chest pain, and I can't comprehend words at times. This has honestly been a very scary journey. I'm telling my long COVID story because I wouldn't wish this on anyone.
Getting vaccinated against COVID-19 is the best way to prevent long COVID.
Start of the 4th quarter here on IdahoSports.com's Gate City Game Night. Technically, it's the middle of the day, but Gate City Game Night. Rocky Mountain Rumble. Morgan, Utah leading Pocatello 28-7 as we begin the 4th quarter, but it is 1st and 10 for the Thunder from their own 19-yard line. And Pocatello finally has the wind at their backs. See if they can get some of the downfield passing game going with the favorable wind. May will start with a rollout and a duck out of bounds around the 24-yard line.
You know, they're always trying to get some of these out routes right here for the receivers, but Hunter's not, May's not having a lot of time in the pocket, so he's just scrambling out and getting yards, 5-6 yards at a time, but he's not getting the time to get throws off.
Yeah, everything has been, takes a snap and feels the pressure almost immediately. Oh, bless you. Josh Magali just sneezed, and we'll hand off here for a gain of 5. That is Tyson Beckles carrying the ball first time today. Beckles will take it for 6 and a 1st down.
That's how you know you're a good play-by-play guy, is when you're starting doing play-by-play for your color guy when he sneezes.
Oh, yeah. I do play-by-play of my life. My wife really hates it. my wife takes a bite of dinner I slaved over the stove for. She looks disgusted.
That's what my wife usually does.
That is a 5-yard penalty on Pocatello with 11.5 to play in this game. We've got 2 more games tonight here at the Rocky Mountain Rumble. The next game, Lehigh Pioneers, Highland Rams. That's the kind of the big game everybody's been licking their chops for. And then our final game tonight, the Tooele Buffaloes and the Madison Bobcats are great hosts here in Rexburg. So 1st and 15 now for the Pocatello Thunder. Utah teams have gone 4-1 in this event so far. A win here would seal it for Utah at the Rocky Mountain Rumble. May will stutter ahead for a gain of a yard. 2nd and 14 now. The only Idaho school to get a win so far, Minico against Beaver, 24-14. Otherwise, Marsh Valley fell to South Summit, 47-13. Lewiston fell to Layton, 41-28. Skyline fell to Stansbury last night, 68-42. And then in our first game today, Sandpoint fell to Alta by 1, 16-15. And again, Utah schools, this is their 3rd game. For many of these Idaho schools, it's their 1st. May stepping up. Now we'll take off and run. May's got plenty of room. Ducks out of bounds at the 42-yard line. That is enough for the first down. He needed 14 yards. He gives him 15. So Hunter May's a good athlete back there. When he's got time to actually assess what's going on, he's been pretty capable.
Yeah, and you can see why he's won the starting job. He can make the throws that he needs to when he has the time. He's a great athlete, so good job from him.
1st and 10, ball batted down at the line. And I'm not sure which guy actually batted it down. I thought initially for Morgan it was Jet Salmon on the rush. But then Josh Criddle was doing the pass no good signal like he made the play.
I believe it was Criddle.
Yeah.
Got the big paw up there.
Criddle in the griddle. That's not my best word.
That wasn't the best one.
That wasn't. 2nd and 10, meanwhile, after the incomplete pass. Pocatello was running up tempo until that last play. Now they'll huddle up and see what they can do here. 3 receivers to the top of your screen, single receiver to the bottom. 10:03 to play. May gonna float it high. Intended receiver in the flat over there was Parker Applington. Incomplete. 3rd down.
That's a really far throw for May going across the field. And that's a tough throw as well. When you're trying to throw a screen, you have to get it right on time. And you have to put the ball on a line, because if not, you're going to have exactly what happens where you get your linebackers out there. The corners are able to shed blocks. And that's a really tough throw.
Again, with the win today, it's made passing somewhat of an adventure for every team that we've seen thus far. Nobody's really been able to get their passing games untracked. 3rd and 10. May back to pass, going deep again, and it is intercepted at the 30. They'll say he was out of bounds. Zach Nelson nearly came away with his 2nd interception of the day. Parker May was trying to go deep to win, hung in the air with the wind, and ultimately out of bounds, incomplete pass, 4th down.
Zach Nelson just mossed him. He really did. I don't know.
All right, now explain for the viewer at home that doesn't know. That's in reference to Randy Moss, former NFL receiver.
Yeah, the great Randy Moss has I don't know if you ever watch anything of Randy Moss. He has the talent to go up and just jump and out-jump all of the DBs, the defensive backs, and catch the ball over their head.
Basically kind of like climbing up over the back and making a grab over the top of your opponent. Nice punt there from Pocatello. It'll be 1st and 10 here for Morgan from their own 14-yard line. 9:44 to play. Gate City Game Night, IdahoSports.com. Presented by Lookout Credit Union. And the brand new turf field at Pocatello High School. Really, it's at Alameda Middle School, but it's Pocatello High School's facility. And it's a beautiful turf. It's Lookout Field because Lookout Credit Unions helped sponsor the funding of the project. The idea eventually is to get all 3 schools in Pocatello their own facilities with turf, just like here at Madison. Pocatello just happened to be first in the rotation. That is a 1-yard run on first down for Jimmy Savage. First time we're seeing him out there today. Jimmy Savage, number 7 on the carry.
Yeah, we have a lot of beautiful turf fields that have been put in this year. You know, Ravston Stadium in Idaho Falls, Rigby Field out at Rigby High School. They got some turf put in, you know, at Pocatello, like you were saying. So a lot of these teams are going to turf.
Second down and 9. Backups in now for Morgan. That pass is complete. Nick Despain threw it in the flat as Morgan is starting to mix in some new receivers and whatnot. They're going to get called for holding out there on the perimeter, though, so that pass will come back. And, you know, I've heard some people around town, because I live in Pocatello, and, you know, saying that, you know, Pocatello schools need to compete with the Madisons and the Rigbys and the Idaho Falls in terms of facilities and turf fields. And, you know, just look at what Madison and Rigby have been able to do. Yeah. And I always tell them, you know, be patient. Pocatello has 3 high schools to take care of, all in the same school district. Guess what? Madison and Rigby are single high school districts. It's a lot easier to fund a project for one school than it is for all 3. So, you know, be patient. It's coming.
It will definitely come. As you see, it seems like every school is going to be getting turf here soon, no matter what level you're at.
Second down and 14. Despain out of his own end zone. Hit as he throws. The pass low and incomplete. Intended on the near sideline for Gavin Turner. Brings up third down. So, yeah, Lookout Field at Pocatello High. And you're wondering, well, why is it at a middle school instead of at Pocatello High School, where Pocatello High School is located? It's located in historic downtown Pocatello. It's a historic icon. And where it's at, there's just no room to expand and put in any facilities because it's like right in the heart of downtown Pocatello. So that's the reason why they moved the new facilities or built the new facilities out at the middle school. Despain from his own end zone, risky play, completes the pass to Lish, and Lish makes a man miss. And will end up picking up about 7 yards on the reception. It'll still be fourth down.
Yeah, Lish with another beautiful jump cut, little jump juke, showing the agility right there to make at least one man miss. But good job from Pocatello's defense to hold it down to 4th and 7.
I really wanted to rhyme there. Lish,
I heard it.
Lish makes a man mish.
I heard it.
I didn't. I didn't say it, but I wanted to. Instead, Lish made a man miss. Line drive punt into the wind. Pretty good one, all things considered. We'll roll out of bounds around the 45-yard line with 8 minutes on the button. 28-7 it is. Morgan with the lead. Pocatello getting the ball back. So, yeah, just to wrap up the conversation on the facilities, you know, within School District 25 for Pocatello, the goal is eventually for each high school to have their own football facilities, which they all do, but their own soccer facilities, their own track as well. You know, right now for the Pocatello soccer teams, they have to kind of check the schedule and see which park is open or which middle school. They kind of play all over. There's no real home venue. So it's going to be nice for those other sports as well. You know, not everything is driven just by football. They're considering the entire athletics scope when they're implementing these new facilities. Pass complete to the 45-yard line. Reception is made by Alex Wynn for a gain of 6 on first down.
Yeah, we got a new quarterback in, number 30.
Okay.
I don't see him on my roster.
I'll be right back.
Number 30, we can make up any name for him right now. So Joe Schmo. We still do have Echo Hawk in the game, so they're just replacing the quarterback. Echo Hawk next to him. There he drops back, throws deep. Number 3's down there. Ooh, and overthrew him.
Drew Held was the intended receiver. It's third down.
Well, Josh, I did a little more sleuthing. Number 30 for Pocatello is Tavin Williams.
Tavin Williams.
New quarterback. Neither one of the two quarterbacks Pocatello played today listed on the roster. Early in the season, it can be a work in progress, but... And continuing the trend of unusual quarterback numbers. Dre Contreras had to start 2 games last year at quarterback, and he was wearing number 37. Now Dre Contreras wears number 2, and I was like, okay, here's the guy, QB1. No, we get number 23, Hunter May, and number 30, Tavin Williams instead. Williams going to take a deep shot. Jump ball broken up. Nelson got tied up with Wynn. It's incomplete. And that'll be 4th down for Pocatello. You got to think they're going to go for it here, Josh, with 6:59 to play and down 28-7.
Yeah, you don't ever want to show quit, so yeah, of course they're going to go for this. I wonder why they have gone from Drew Contreras. Maybe he just said he didn't want to play quarterback, or...
Yeah, I don't know. Dre Contreras has been standing on the Pocatello sideline all game with his helmet in his hand. Not sure. So 4th down and 4. Tavin Williams will drop back to pass. Going to unload a deep ball again and just overthrew his man. Incomplete. Looking for Crew Hales that time, and that's a turnover on downs. Back to the Trojans.
Turnover on down. Morgan, first down.
Man, he was wide open. That is Crew Hales. If only I'd hit him in stride, that would have been his 2nd touchdown of the contest, but overthrew him.
Yep. So Morgan will get it on the turnover on downs. .6:53 to play in this one, and then Lehigh and Highland set for a 5 o'clock kickoff here from the Rocky Mountain Rumble. Despain didn't like what he saw. We'll take a timeout. So while we got a timeout, let's thank another one of our great sponsors.
Lava Hot Springs, Idaho is your destination for a fun or relaxing day. Whichever you choose, just 11 miles off of I-15. Their world-famous hot springs are open daily from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. The all-natural geothermal hot springs are always a warm 102 to 112 degrees. Come and soak your worries away. Their outdoor Olympic swimming complex with water slides, diving boards, platforms, and an indoor aquatic center with a kiddie cove is open until September 5th, a Labor Day weekend. Come splash and play before they close for the summer season. Their indoor pool is open year-round. Check out lavahot.springs.com for more information.
You did that ad read. It was really calming. It was like a NPR. I was listening. It was
Thank
like you just totally put me at ease. It sounded relaxing, which is what Lava Hot Springs is all about.
I've been listening to a lot of books on tape recently.
Okay.
So maybe
that's one way to spend your free time.
Maybe that's what it is.
You know what, though? When you do that, you get to take credit for, quote-unquote, reading the book. So.
Reading the book. That's why I'm doing it.
First down handoff. Nearly for 10 yards. What a job by Jimmy Savage. Savage ultimately will get 8. And a whole host of Pocatello defenders made the tackle, and so our PA announcer said, tackled by several members of Pokey Nation.
I like it. I respect it.
2nd and 10, or 2nd and 2, excuse me. Savage on the carry again across the 45 and piled up at the 43, but that will be enough for the first down with 6:05 to play.
There you go, Poke Nation showing up again.
And again, second year of the new nickname and mascot at Pocatello High, the Thunder. And really with the name change, it was a whole rebranding as well. New uniforms, new logo, new facilities now. Really a rebirth for Pocatello athletics. 1st and 10, screen pass is complete out in the flat to Turner. Awfully close to the first down marker again by Despain. And that will be 11 yards and a first down. So the Morgan Trojans continuing to excel. 5:24 to go, 28-7. Despain wide open at the 20. Pass is caught by Brogan Garrett, and Garrett will take it down to the 17-yard line for another first down for Morgan. Actually, the 18-yard line at Pocatello. So Despain let it fly for a gain of 14 and a first down.
You know, Despain has looked really good since the opening possession, opening drive of this contest, where he almost threw two picks, and he settled down and looked really good so far.
Hand off to Savage, right side. We'll take it to the 16-yard line. I dare say that Despain might be our clubhouse leader for IdahoSports.com player of the game. Really, the MVP in the two games so far today has been the wind.
The wind has been incredible for them, huh?
Yeah, each side that has won has been able to use the wind to their advantage. Second down and 8. On the run, Despain floats it, trying to find the tight end, Josh Criddle. Incomplete, third down. Come on, Josh. Get a 5-hour energy or something. We need you. We need you not comatose over here. Third down and 8. Despain taking time off the clock. We're down to 4:10 to go. Despain has time. Despain to the 5-yard line. Penalty flag comes out. Pocatello going to be whistled for pass interference. It was Tyshawn Harrell in coverage. Intended receiver that time was Lincoln Gilson.
Yeah, if that throw was just a little in front of him, that would have definitely been a catch.
So that's going to be a first down for Morgan with the ball at the, let's see where they put it at. Ball's going to be at the 11. No, the 9. So first and goal from the 9-yard line for Morgan. And again, just trying to bleed the clock as much as they can, up 28-7 with 4:08 to go in the fourth. Now that somebody finally updated the scoreboard.
Hey, I'm getting there. I'm a rookie. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Yeah, and this is about the time where Morgan's going to start thinking about putting some reserves in, you think, right? We're getting a reserve running back, it looks like, number 28.
Yeah, and I mean, Jimmy Savage has been in at running back the last couple of drives. He's a new guy. And
Porter Anderson.
New running back is, as you said, Porter Anderson. 4:08 to go. Despain on first down and 1 from the 9. They had to reset the down marker. Despain throws it out of bounds to nowhere. So it wasn't first and goal from the 9. It was first and 1. Now it's second and 1 from the 9. They've got to get to the 8 to pick up the first down. 4:02 to go. Despain will just keep it. Will push the pile for the first down. So Despain surges ahead. Gets the first down, takes it to the 5 for a gain of 4, where it's now 1st and goal from the 5.
It's the second time they've run that little QB sneak, and this just bullied. They've bullied the front of the Pocatello defensive line.
They ran it down on the goal line back in the second quarter, and it was a 4-yard touchdown run for Despain. They'll just do it again, plunge straight ahead for Despain, and he'll take it to the 3 for another gain of a yard.
It's funny. Despain gets the snap, and he's just deciding to wait just a second and then jumps on top of his offensive lineman.
Wouldn't you?
Why not? Yeah. It's like a little pillow. A little hard pillow.
Yeah, I was going to say those shoulder pads, I don't know that
they're not fun to land on.
Better to land on somebody else than on the turf, though. 2nd and goal from the 3. Despain rolling out. Nowhere to go. Trying to stay out of trouble and is sacked back at the 10-yard line. Carson Christensen bringing the heat for the Thunder. 3rd and goal now back at the 10.
Carson Christensen with a sack. 3rd down.
So Despain loses 6 yards there. Meanwhile, we're down to 2:50 to play. 28-7, Morgan with the lead over Pocatello. Despain, roll out. Right side to the end zone. Sliding grab is made for the Trojans touchdown. What a catch by Gavin Turner.
Yeah, great catch from Gavin Turner. He earned that. He ran a whole mile to get that touchdown catch. He ran from the opposite 10-yard line to this 10-yard line and a little out route. So good job from him.
And, I mean, he had to slide to make the grab, and tremendous job there. Despain, a 10-yard touchdown pass to Gavin Turner. And, again, Bo Johnson on for the point after. And Johnson nails it, so 2:27 to play, 35-7. Morgan. We'll be back after this break. You're watching Gate City Game Night presented by Lookout Credit Union on IdahoSports.com.
Morgan 35.
So,
approaching the end of this Rocky Mountain Rumble contest here. It is 35-7 Morgan over Pocatello with 2:27 to play. Again, the wind causing all sorts of havoc. Look, the goalposts over here to the west side of the stadium are rocking back and forth. And through the end zone for the touchback.
It's the difference in wind of that one. So when he was kicking off from east to west, that ball was going outside of the whole park. This time it lands at the, 8-yard line and bounces in.
I mean, the goalposts on both sides just rocking back and forth. The goalposts are rocking. Don't come knocking.
Oh, let's put a little beat to that. And we're ready to go. Have Dr. Dre sign you.
Yeah. I'm really looking to move upward in the entertainment biz. So.
We'll tell our boss, Paul, about that.
You can be my agent. How's that sound?
Hey, I'm ready for it.
A nice cut, 12%.
12, huh?
Yeah, I'm a generous guy.
Yeah, that's real generous.
1st and 10, Pocatello from the 20. Handoff here on first down. Goes for 4 yards. And Tyson Beckles on the carry. So Beckles getting a little run time here. He's been on a couple of series in this second half. Pocatello just trying to finish off the day with some positive momentum as they get ready for their next contest. Back to passes, Tavin Williams, complete in the flat. That's Carson Christensen on the reception. Third down. Reichen Echohawk on that reception.
Yeah, to see some positive from this game for Pocatello. There's a few. There's many things they need to work on. This is the first game of the season for them, so they're going to continue to get better and continue to improve. But you still have Echohawk. You still have, the deep ball that has been successful for you tonight. And so as they go forward and make sure they keep giving that ball to Echohawk, it seems that they've went away from him almost.
Well, I mean, now you're down 28-7. There's no need.
There's no need, but you still have that kind of weapon that you can use at the beginning of the games and in the middle.
And really, the same thing happened a lot last year as they throw a little backside screen to Beckles, and Beckles is tackled immediately by Rhett Nye. Wow. So this happened a lot last year where Echohawk, didn't play much into the second half of games, but it was because Pocatello was the team up 35-7. In terms of, you look at his overall career stats so far in high school, and the yardage is really impressive, but compared to the amount of carries he's gotten, it's really low. So it means he's a high efficiency player that does a lot with a little. It's been really impressive to watch him develop as a player. Fourth down, Pocatello will punt. Reichen Echohawk has been the starting running back basically since the start of his freshman year. And when that first year as a freshman, he was, like most freshmen, a little muscle, but kind of scrawny and kind of fast. He's always been fast.
Very.
And he was just kind of this blazer that, typical freshman. Then last year, he showed up to his sophomore season of football, and he was cut. He was looking good. He'd been in the weight room. He'd
looked like you, jacked.
Yeah, right.
12 pack, 12. So
yeah, but Point being, he added on a lot of muscle and added that element to his game. And now, in year 3, you can tell that he's trying to improve upon his receiving skill set and become more complete of a player. So Morgan will kneel it down. Final 10 seconds will run out, and the Morgan Trojans will improve to 3-0 on the season. Pocatello, meanwhile, will drop their season opener. They are now 0-1 on the 22 campaign. The IdahoSports.com postgame show headed your way next. It's Gate City Game Night and the Rocky Mountain Rumble on IdahoSports.com.
When local matters, Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
All right, I put this on one check. Is that okay? Draw?
That was fast and secure. It's Mobile Wallet from Lookout Credit Union.
Your home team, when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Welcome into the IdahoSports.com postgame show here on Gate City Game Night at the Rocky Mountain Rumble. IdahoSports.com, Brandon Bainey one last time with Josh McGauley. The Morgan Trojans defeat the Pocatello Thunder 28-7, the final. And let's go ahead and hand out our IdahoSports.com player of the game. It's going to be the quarterback, Nick Despain, for the Morgan Trojans. 239 passing yards and a touchdown through the air, and also rushed for a couple of 4-yard touchdowns. So Nick Despain really managed the game well today.
Yeah, Nick was incredible. You know, we talked about earlier, he had a little rough just to start the game, just a very first possession. But after that, he was incredible. Just throwing the ball, running the ball. He looked really good, and he got some gifts down at the goal line with the help of his offensive linemen. So congratulations to him, and congratulations to Morgan.
Definitely. And now we get ready for our next contest, 5 o'clock kickoff. It's the Highland Rams and the Lehigh Pioneers. This is the game that everybody's been waiting for. And we'll bring it to you in about 30 minutes or so. So until then, thank you for tuning in to this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union. So excited to bring this to you throughout the season, local games in the city of Pocatello, the Gate City. Today's game has also been brought to you by Valley Office Systems. They're your local hometown office solutions team, delivering the level of service that you expect because they are a service company above all else. Today's game has also been brought to you by our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valley-Wide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. And big thanks to Lava Hot Springs as well, our local sponsor for this afternoon's contest. The final score, Morgan 28, Pocatello 7, quarterback Nick Despain, our IdahoSports.com player of the game. For Josh McGauley and Dallin Fryer, I'm Brandon Bainey. We will see you. Was the final 35-7? 28.
Yes, it was. 35-7.
35-7. Wow, I shortchanged Morgan on a touchdown. Don't want to do that. Okay, so anyways, Morgan wins, and we are moving on to the next contest. Lehigh and Highland coming your way in about half an hour. Until then, thanks for watching on IdahoSports.com.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast